In this video tutorial, we're going to go through isotopic notation. Now, isotopic notation, what it does is it provides a method to identify elements and their subatomic particles like protons, electrons, and neutrons in a quick, concise manner. And so it's just going to be a way we can take our elements here on the periodic table, which you've been introduced to, and write them in a little bit different way to compare different isotopes of different elements. So I'm just going to start off by showing you, first off, you do need the periodic table to write isotopic notation. You need to know that this is the element symbol, that this is the atomic number, and this is the mass number. You need to know all three of those things in order to successfully engage in isotopic notation. So let's go ahead and show you the format. So for isotopic notation, you will always write the element symbol first. So right here you have the element symbol. So this is copper, so you'd put the element symbol first. So that is what that is. That is, let me type it there for you so you can label it in your notes. That is the element symbol. Then after you write the element symbol, we have two other things here. On the top left, always in the same location, this is going to be the mass number. So I know it's a little different than it usually appears on the periodic table. But in isotopic notation, the mass number goes on top. Remember, the mass number is the protons plus the neutrons, and that gives you the mass number. So that can change. That can change. Then here we have the atomic number. So type that in right there. On bottom, we have the atomic number. This is going to be the format that we always use when writing an isotopic notation. Element symbol, mass number on the top left, atomic number on the bottom left. Now remember, atomic number, copper will always have an atomic number of 29. So if another element has the same atomic number here, then it's another atom, I should say, has the same atomic number here, then that is also going to be copper. Copper will always have the atomic number 29. If it switched to the atomic number 6, then it would be turning into copper. The mass number, remember, it could change. So we could have copper 29 and then 60 up here, and that just means that the mass number is changing, so the number of neutrons is changing, so that would be an isotope. You'll see isotopes more in depth later on, but just wanted to make you aware of that. But as far as the format, this is isotopic notation right here. Element symbol, mass number on the top left, atomic number on the bottom left. You can get all of this information from the periodic table. So just a few examples. What I'd like you to do is pause the video and see if you can do each of these examples yourself before we move forward. So go ahead and try to do those yourself. Pause it, and then I'm going to write them up here. So hopefully you paused it. First one we have Zn. I'm just going to go through and write the element symbols for each one. Phosphorus is P, magnesium is Mg, neon is Ne, and then cobalt is Co. And then all you'd have to do is add in the mass number and the atomic number. So for zinc, you look up at the periodic table, the mass number is 65, so we'd put 65 on top, and then 30 on bottom for the atomic number. So that would be my isotopic notation for zinc. For phosphorus,
Mr. Howell, please come to the front
pause
office.
for a second.
Mr. Howell, please come to the front office.
There we go, announcement over. Okay, for phosphorus, the mass number is 31, so 31 goes on top. The atomic number is 15, so 15 would go on bottom right there. 1, 5. So that would be our isotopic notation for phosphorus. Magnesium, the mass number, the atomic number, I can't even see magnesium for here. We'll do magnesium in a minute. Neon, the mass number is 20. So that goes on top. Mass number is 20. That's a terrible 20. And the atomic number is 10. And then cobalt, our atomic number is 27, so that goes on bottom. And then our mass number is 58, so that goes on top. So that is how we write our isotopic notation. Let's take a look and see what magnesium would be. We'll flash back here. Magnesium is 12 and 24. So 12 will go on bottom and 24 will go on top. So all that information comes from the periodic table. So check your work that you did. Hopefully you got all of these correct. That is the basics of isotopic notation. Now, quickly, mass notation. Mass notation is just slightly different. It provides a second way for us to write elements for us to see how they're made up of protons, neutrons, and electrons. This version, however, focuses only on the mass number. So you're only going to ever look at the bottom number when we're writing mass notation. So how you write mass notation? Again, very straightforward. First, you write the full element name. So right there, that is the element name. So for carbon, you would write carbon. So element name. And then following the element name, right here, you write the mass number. So mass number goes right there. And so that's all there is to mass notation. Element name and then mass number. Just remember, mass number is protons plus neutrons. So that is what mass number is. You need to make sure you remember mass number is protons plus neutrons. Examples down here, go through these relatively quickly. If we were looking at oxygen and looking at the version on the periodic table, mass notation would just be oxygen dash 32, because that's its mass number. Chlorine would be chlorine dash 35, and then calcium would be calcium dash 40. So that's all you're doing there is writing the element name and mass number. There's some different problems that can go into these, but those are best learned through practice. This is just a basic introduction to mass notation right here and isotopic notation right there. That's all we got for today. Good luck. Farewell.